So we are here because I want to ask Kristen. By the way, Kristen Marie Nickel is from Germany, and we've been in the she's been in the business for a while now. But every time she share her testimonial on the call about her journey, there's always something new. I feel like she didn't really, because it's limited time on the calls, right? On the calls it's always limited time, and you need other people have to share their testimonial. So I thought, you know what, we can do like an interview, and you can tell me all about it, because it's that way we can have capture everything. I really want, because like yesterday, I really want to capture all your journey, like from how long you've been together, and you can just tell it yourself, and then I'll just ask question after, when in between. Okay, so first, how long you've been together with how you and Aris have been together?
Since I was 18 years old. So almost 13 years.
Almost 13 years. Were you on there? Did you always want to get pregnant or no?
Yes, I want to get pregnant, but in 2010, I had a endometriosis
Endometriosis.
surgery.
Okay.
Uh, and my doctor said to me that it is very difficult for me to get pregnant. So yeah, but we also always wanted to have a child, but since somehow I think it is named PCOS, PCOS.
Because
Uh,
yeah. So
where
did you take any medication to try and get pregnant? Or fertility or anything like that?
no, no,
No?
but we were not using any contraceptive. I was not using any pills or something like that. So natural.
Yeah. Why not? Why didn't you use any pill? Why can't you use pills?
Oh, because I had migraine my whole life, so
Okay.
I am not allowed to take pills. So if I want to use other contraceptives, I need to use other ones, the 3 month shots or the what's that, diaphragm or some, yeah. So but I didn't use that. We were not using any contraceptive.
Okay, so what I'd like from you, because the testimonials are all cut off, sometimes it's only, you only touch base a little bit. What I would like to ask from you, if you will, is your journey from wherever you started, and your journey during the pregnancy, because eventually you got pregnant. So
Yeah.
please
Sure.
share that, because every time I listen to your testimonials, I think maybe someone out there, or no, maybe someone out there needs to looking for an alternative to have to get pregnant, or maybe it will help somebody, you know.
Yeah.
So okay, go ahead, Kristen.
I know what that feeling is because, like I've said, it was uh, oh, I think over 10 years since we were already together before I got pregnant. But before we start, just want to share that what we're talking about fountain of life, that is not a drug, a cure, a
Yes.
medicine. Yes, so but it's very powerful, and I totally believe that it has helped with me being pregnant and the health of my child and my family as well. So I just want to start with my high blood pressure history, because my whole life I don't have any high blood. I was really healthy, and it was in January or February 2018 when I changed my doctor, my family doctor, and we accidentally found out during a routine checkup that I had high blood pressure. So I was shocked. I didn't know I had that. And he said that it was the dangerous kind of high blood pressure because I was not feeling any symptoms at all. So from my maternal side, there was no one who has high blood pressure, and we just didn't know what the cause is. And my doctor gave me different dosage to experiment what kind of dosage of medication that can help my high blood pressure, and we just experimented with that because my body is it can easily adapt to medications even from when I was a child. So Um, it was March 2018 when when we ordered our family pack of Fountain of Life, and me and my husband we started taking the Fountain of Life because it's a new company's product. We just wanted to try it, and there's a lot of success story telling about hair growth, energy booster. It was not actually about the high blood pressure that we took it, but we just wanted to try the new product. And yeah, and by using the FOL, I think 3 months using the FOL till May 2018. Yes, so I was already taking the different dosage of medication, not the right dosage yet. We couldn't find out the right dosage, but I continued taking the FOL. So my blood pressure went down. It went back to normal to 120 over 80. And my doctor said that I could leave the high blood pressure medication. I could stop that because we don't know if it helped or not. But he said that I can continue with the FOL.
Oh,
And
that's good.
yes, and on that time as well, I was in the Philippines, and we also found out that the high blood pressure was from my paternal side. So it is hereditary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
basically, you buy the FOL because just to try, not really thinking of what for whatever, right? Yeah.
no, we tried that because first of all, it's the company's new product. Second of
Yeah.
all, Aries needed something for his hair. So there's a lot of success stories about hair growth, about that, and energy booster, and that's already reason enough to try that, to
Mm.
try those products. But the great thing is that what I found out is because of FOL that I could drop the medications, the maintenance medicines about high blood pressure because it went to normal again, and that is with the consent of my doctor.
So just 1 second, Christine. So you were taking you have your maintenance for your high blood, and then you were just taking FOL on top of that, just for added nutrition. Okay.
So yeah, so that was basically where it started with the high blood pressure, but then it got to normal again. I was only taking Fountain of Life. There's no maintenance medication anymore. And then end of June 2018, we found out that I am pregnant. So it
Wow.
yes, it was we were already for over 10 years already. And it was a great surprise for us because we couldn't actually believe it because 10 years of being together without using any contraceptive. I had already my surgery, and we already know that it is very difficult for me to get pregnant. And if there's a chance, it was very, very low. And then, boom, I got pregnant.
Wow.
We're happy. When I think about it in hindsight, I do actually believe that FOL has something to do with it because it's the only thing that has changed from our life, from
Mm.
our lifestyle. It's the only thing that I changed. Both me and both my husband and I, we were both taking FOL, and I don't know, maybe in my body hormones, in his body the hormones got regulated. I don't know what's happening in our bodies, but then um, we're happy with the result.
Surprise. So now, will you tell me about your journey? Well, but during the pregnancy, remember you have during the pregnancy, did it go smooth, or from what you told me, it wasn't. There was challenges. So tell us about that.
Challenges. My whole journey was a challenge when it comes to my pregnancy. So we were excited when I got pregnant. We were surprised, but it was a very difficult journey with lots and lots and lots of obstacles. I think it was. I knew that I was pregnant on 5th week, and on the 6th week, I started bleeding. So we didn't know if we were gonna lose our baby. Thankfully, we didn't because there's a lot of bleeding. A few weeks after that, I was rushed in the hospital because I suddenly collapsed during work, and we didn't know the cause because it could be heat stroke, it could be pregnancy complication, or it could be any other reason. So they sent me home again. But then after that, a few days after, I collapsed again. And I was rushed again to the hospital, and my doctor told me that I needed to get an MRI to find out the cause of me suddenly collapsing. So that was scary since I was only a few weeks pregnant. and MRI is very dangerous for my child, especially since
MRI on your belly?
whole body. No.
Huh? Full
Uh,
body MRI?
yeah.
Okay.
And you know, I was in my first trimester. It is a very dangerous. I think it was my 8th week.
Oh.
Yeah, so it is a very realistic effect that I could lose my child after the MRI. Though my medical team knows the disadvantages and the advantages of doing the MRI, they still recommended me to do that after weighing the advantages.
Not ultrasound?
No,
Oh.
ultrasound is already like, for pregnant women, ultrasound is just like one every few weeks. I had ultrasound almost every day.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yes. So almost every day to figure out what's happening. So when after the MRI result got out, they said that everything's okay, but
So
they
the
need,
baby was okay even if you were bleeding?
yeah. And I am also okay because they just don't know what's happening with me suddenly collapsing.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I collapsed 2 times already after a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, so they said everything's okay, but I need to be monitored very closely. So I need to go to a lot of checkups. I need
You're
to go.
brave because that must be very scary because remember you want to have a baby, you didn't have a baby for a long time and then finally you get pregnant and you have to go through all this. So were you stressed out?
Yeah, oh yeah. I was like
Pray a lot?
yeah. So I was crying a lot. I was crying a lot. Maybe it has something to do with the hormones, but I was crying a lot because in my mind I already have my baby. So even though he's still so small, he's my baby already. He's in
Yeah.
my stomach, and he's already there. He's already a human being, a small human being.
I was
So
actually, now that I actually understand why you were not being active in the business for a while, and this is how I understand your journey
it
because you
was,
were going
yeah.
through all that.
I think
So
I needed to focus on my
yeah,
health.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and that was really, really, really physically focusing, not only emotionally, mentally, but really focusing, physically focusing, because I was confined. But I will share it after that. So during those times that are happening with the MRI, me collapsing, my high blood pressure was gone. It was only I was on an average of 120/80. So when I got pregnant, I stopped taking FOL because it's not recommended for pregnant women, right?
mm.
So I stopped taking FOL. But when I hit my 23rd week, the complications happened. So I went for
So
my.
hold on. When you started, you were always, even when you were pregnant, you were taking this or no?
No, before the pregnancy,
You were
before
taking this.
I was taking that because my high blood pressure went gone low. So yeah, and then when I got pregnant, I stopped taking Fountain of Life because it is said it is not recommended for pregnant women. So
Okay, yes.
the first 3 months, I didn't use the Fountain of Life.
FOL. How
FO.
much were you taking before?
I think 2 droppers. Just I didn't count anymore.
Two droppers, 1 a.m., 1 p.m. Okay.
1 a.m., 1 p.m.
Okay.
Okay, so when I hit my 23rd week, that is when the time that the complications happened. So when I went to my routine checkup, they found out that my blood pressure went high again. It was over 180/110, which is very, very high, especially when someone's pregnant. They actually didn't let me leave the hospital anymore.
Oh,
I went there for a routine checkup, and they won't let me leave, so I was confined full time there. So since
how long were you in the hospital?
it started with my 23rd week till I got my baby out.
Oh,
So
really? So you were in the hospital the whole time?
yes.
Oh
So
my.
during that routine checkup, when they didn't let me leave anymore, I was there. So I needed to call Aris, and he was at work. I need to call him and told him that he needs to bring my stuff to the hospital because I was not
Yeah.
prepared. I was only there to for my routine checkup. So
Yeah.
you know, and then it was at that time that we found out that I had the preeclampsia. So that is the severe pregnancy complication. You know, only 1% to 2% of pregnant women are affected with this complication.
And it
And
has to be you. You have
yeah,
to be one of them.
I get lucky.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It is actually not known what's the exact cause of preeclampsia because doctors thought that maybe it's something, there's a problem with the placenta, you know, the organ that links the baby's blood supply to the mothers, maybe, but we just don't know the exact cause. So I was diagnosed with preeclampsia. I needed to be monitored very closely. I was full-time in the hospital. I was even transferred from one hospital to another, to a bigger one where they were more equipped when it comes to having emergency cesarean, giving birth to premature babies, right? So
Or specialist.
yes, especially. So in case something happened, they are actually able to help me with because there's a lot of equipment. And when I transferred to that bigger hospital, it's already the senior physicians and the doctors and the head of departments who are looking after me, not the normal doctor anymore, because they said that it was really rare what I had, what I
Wow.
yes. So it was already the head of departments who are taking care of me. So you know, every day my blood needed to be checked 3 times a day. My blood pressure needed to be checked 2 times per hour, so every 30 minutes. You know, and they said I need to sleep very well so that my body can regenerate. But being a pregnant woman, I just couldn't sleep, and I was in the hospital. Who can sleep in the hospital? I couldn't. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that are happening, and then 1 week after that, on my 24th week, I know that because my child was not yet 500 grams. You know, 500 grams is actually the starting point where doctors said that premature babies have the chance to live, uh,
Mm.
even if it's very low. But
24 weeks.
yeah, so 500 grams. So mine was not yet 500 grams. I think he was 440 or something. So you know, one day the head of the NICU department, the head midwife, the head of the gene department, and psychologists, they went to talk to me, telling me that they might need to take out my baby, right? So
Wow.
he's 3 months. So because you know, the only cure for the preeclampsia is to deliver the baby.
Oh,
Right?
really?
Yes, that is the only cure for the preeclampsia, to deliver the baby. And I was in shock. They were talking about taking out my baby with no chance of living. You know, I didn't want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was in shock. I really need,
Probably more terrified.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because there's a lot of head of doctors there telling me that because when it is not stopped, it is possible that I could die,
Mm.
and I may die because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So they were telling me about this option already, but I really didn't like that option. So I told them we need to experiment with other medications as well, drugs. You know, for pregnant women, there's not a lot of medicines
Option,
uh,
yes.
that they can use. But I said that okay, I would take even those medicines that not that harmful, even though if they are harmful, not that harmful, right? So
Yeah.
I wanted to try different things. I even you know, my body can easily adapt to medications, to those medications, and they were already giving me the maximum doses of what they are allowed to give me after a
Mm-hmm.
few days only, and it didn't help. So we also tried different alternative medicines. I even tried eating raw garlic, you know, because a friend of
To
mine
control
told
your
me,
high blood pressure.
yes, yes,
Oh.
because it was really going up. So I just couldn't keep the blood pressure in check. So it went daily. It got more and more. It got higher and higher. Then I actually remembered that when I was taking FOL before I got pregnant, it lowered my blood pressure.
Okay.
So, and I found out that there's no toxicity in it. I made a decision for myself to suggest it to my medical team. You know,
Uh-huh.
look at it, and with their consent, I started taking again FOL, even during my pregnancy.
Wow.
Right, it's with their consent because they needed to look at it first,
Mhm.
because I was taking other medications as well. So at first I tried with 10 drops because I
Yes.
was pregnant. I need to slow it down. But then uh, I started taking one full dropper because I don't have the patience to count 10 drops
Yes.
every day. So one
Full
full
dropper,
dropper,
that's like 50, 40 to 50
I
drops.
don't know, one
Yeah.
full dropper, that's good. So
Yeah.
now after a few days, we
So you take
actually,
it once a day?
yes, once a day.
Okay. One full dropper once a day. AM or PM?
I think I had it half half.
Okay.
So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
so we actually saw the difference after a few days when I was taking Fountain of Life because
Oh, so the doctor basically is monitoring the whole thing too while you're taking it. Yeah, because you were still in the hospital. Correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
so they were monitoring me very closely. Everything's new that it's happening. They need to really look at it first because they are looking after two people, me, myself, my health, and those of my child.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so we after a few days we found out that my high blood pressure was not getting higher anymore.
Mm.
So kept it in check,
Hallelujah.
and then which was already a good news, right? So
Yes.
the last blood pressure that we had, it was I think 225 over 145. Very, very dangerous. That's very, very high. And when we saw that after I think a week or a 1.5 week after that, it is getting lower, very slowly but lower. So
Mm-hmm.
we were already excited because every day counts.
Yes.
Every day counts. I was in they are always prepared to make a emergency cesarean operation because we just took it day by day, day after day,
Mhm.
and everything happens. It lasted for full 5 weeks.
5 weeks?
But for 5 weeks that my BP was not getting higher anymore. Full 5 weeks that my child has the time to develop naturally inside my stomach. And we were actually very concerned with his lungs because most premature babies, their lungs are not yet fully developed. But exactly on my 29th week, this is actually the week that babies could be delivered the earliest. On
Mhm.
that day, I had a cesarean operation and my baby boy was born. Yeah. So even though
Wow.
he was premature, only 995 grams, he has no complication at all. Lungs were fully delivered, thank God. No extra operation needed to be done because of his premature state. He needed to stay in an ICU, in an incubator because he was
How
just
long?
small.
How long
Um,
was he in an ICU?
ICU only 1 month. He is 3 months premature, but he only needed to stay in an ICU for 1 month.
3 months premature?
Yes.
You
He
know,
was
this remind me of Sherry Cell's baby, Chloe.
yes. I had a conversation with Sherry when I shared with her my pregnancy journey, and she was shocked because Sherry, who has her
You spend almost $1 million for Chloe, and you spend
yeah.
a fraction of the cost. Way okay. So again, just for every when you're watching this, this is not a cure. This is not medication. This is superfood, superfood. So liquid food. So it's like there's nothing in here but an extract of Norwegian spruce, which has which is contains lignans. That's what the scientists discovered. So it's not medicine. It's not cure. So just we get that out of the way. So the one people running around, oh, yes, or so this is not the father of her child either. Like, actually, Christine, you are the first person I found out about cannot get pregnant as well that has start taking a Fountain of Life and is in the Philippines. And just recently, I already, there was another lady that said she's taking this, and for some reason she is now pregnant as well. But anyways,
And
okay, carry on.
yeah, I think I really believe that Fountain of Life has something to do with it, with all of those great effects that it is doing in our body. Just the hormonal imbalances that is
Yes,
balancing
correct.
it, that it has a lot to do when it comes to pregnancy, right?
I
When
wish this came along when I was trying to get pregnant.
I really didn't use that to get pregnant. It
Yeah,
was just a
I know. This, can you imagine? This is a great side effect for you. Oh, what? I don't think anyone use this to get pregnant.
uh,
Just because it's just to, because really this was created to protect and preserve health. That's
we started using that. We started taking that because it was new. It's a new product, and Aris needed to have something for his hair.
yeah, that's it.
So this
Okay.
is the
Yeah.
only reason that we tried. We started taking Fountain of Life. So Nathan was this big.
Wow.
Was this big when he was
What do you mean this big? The arms or the thumb? Oh,
from here till here.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, from
Wow,
there till there. Yeah, his whole hand could be. It's already this one. His
wow.
whole hand.
Yeah, wow.
That was we named him Nathan, God's gift for us.
Yes.
Yeah, so he
Oh,
was
that's, oh yeah, that's the meaning of Nathan.
yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, when
Okay.
he needed to stay in an ICU for 1 month in the incubator, but then they actually transferred him to the normal station, children's station already after that 1 month because he was doing well. He has no complication at all. He has I Nathan, since he is in my child, he is taking FOL. I was
So he
taking.
must, the what it calls and gynecologists, they must be shocked.
Yeah,
They
they
must,
are
oh,
really
the baby was
surprised.
healthy.
Yeah, they were really surprised how Nathan was really doing great. Because that is a very uh rare rare situation when there's a
Mm,
premature who is really a very he is called extreme premature because he was under 1 kilo. There's
mm.
three different kinds of premature, and he was extremely premature because he was under 1 kilo. And yeah, so they were really proud of him. Proud of
Yeah.
him because it was a really difficult situation.
But you were fighting too. Like I
Yeah,
applaud you because you didn't want to, even if it is risking your life, you didn't want to give up.
no,
Yeah.
no, no, it's just like I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. How can I give up? God gave me this gift, so I
Yeah.
need to do my best and leave the rest to God. And
Correct.
it is it is seems like He is for us. Just want to share with you, Nathan is really fully FOL protected since from very very first start. He was in my stomach, and I was already taking Fountain of Life, so he is taking it through me, right?
Mhm.
So when I gave birth to him, I was breastfeeding him, so I was still taking Fountain of Life. He was taking through me. When
Yeah.
he got, I think, 5 kilos, I started giving him 1 drop of FOL. Now he's almost 2, and I'm teaching him how to brush his teeth, and of course with our very very micro silver toothpaste.
Yes.
And he's taking daily shower using our captive body wash, so fully protected from inside and out. you know,
That's
um,
good. And he's already sleeping right now, right?
his
Yeah.
friend is living right now. When it comes to his health, I am really a mama bear.
Yeah.
FOL is already part of our lives till now. Till now, almost years old, he only got, I think, 2 times he has a fever when he was teething.
Yeah.
Uh, but only for one day. Only for one day. And he doesn't have any allergies or rashes. He has a lot of cuts and wounds because he's very active outside,
Yes,
but
absolutely.
no allergies. Um, he didn't even get the flu when the cold season comes. No
Mm-hmm.
flu, no cough, no what's that?
So, for the sake of how old is Nathan now?
He's going to be 2 in December.
Okay. Another thing is we don't recommend this to children. The company does not recommend this to children, and but like Christine said, she's been using the fountain of life, so the baby basically is used to the fountain of life from in her belly, and then also coming out. And actually, I use this for my nephew too. But like, oh no, grandson, great grandson from another from my sister's. So we've used this a lot for children, but the company as a company, they don't recommend this at all. We use this at our own discretion.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I just
and the purpose really of this is like that we don't want to make like people watching, or maybe it's not, it's because what I want, why the reason I want to share this and I want to ask Christine is because really sorry, it's for maybe somebody needs looking for alternative, maybe somebody is in the same situation. I hope not, because that her case is rare, but maybe you need something for your children as well. Like my whole entire family is using this as well. So it's really amazing product. And like I said, this is our 911 home remedy because it helps a lot. It's because it has antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant. So that's all there is in this thing. It's not medicine or anything. But because I think the antimicrobial of it helps with the cuts and burns and food poisoning and all that stuff. That's why we got people, personally for myself, and then that use it for that purpose. And so it's amazing, amazing product. And I know now, I understand, because I know when I didn't see you in the company, when I don't see you on you're almost like non-existence. I message you and no, so no, it's like you just basically disappeared. And I felt like, because you're such a great leader and I know your capabilities, I know your abilities. You're just, I said, oh, where is Christine now? I went, why? So I tried to, I thought maybe I know you were also kind of had depression.
yeah.
Yes, right. I said, oh my God, I hope her depression doesn't come back or attack again, because I know what it's like, because I've been there. I've been in that journey, the depression highway. I went in the depression highway, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that's what I was worried about, that you maybe your depression came back, and I know how hard it is. But I want to reach out to you because you can talk to me anytime, because I would definitely understand. I definitely would understand, because I've been there. So that's all. That's why I want to reach out. And then now you're telling us this story, and then you had that baby. I said, "Oh my God!" So I was so happy for you.
It's just like from one day to another, boom, there's a baby.
Yes. So is there anything else? Because I asked you to write. Because no, we went through MRI. MRI is supposed to be dangerous for the baby, because I know you told me that. So basically, I asked you yesterday to write down so we don't miss out anything, because you're every time you do a testimony, there's something added. Your journey is tougher than what you really share on the calls. So I want to capture all of it so that people have a better understanding of how uh of your journey and how that works. So how many drops are you taking right now? Are you still taking FOL?
Of course. Ta-da! It was actually it arrived today. My
Oh, good. So how many drops you take?
two full wrappers.
Two full
I
droppers?
I don't count. I
So
don't count.
1 a.m. full droppers is like this. This is what I have in there. So basically, you think it's sublingually or internal?
Under the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
That's the direct one. I take it under the tongue, one in the morning, one full dropper in the morning, and one full dropper at night before I go to sleep. But I also put it in my foods, so everyone who is coming here and we are eating together, they are already having that fountain of life already in the body. You know, I was yeah.
Well,
It,
okay, actually, because maybe I should we're having this conversation. Even my dogs actually, I put drops in their water, and because you started that, I said because my grandsons, I told them take FOL every day because you hang out with a lot of people. You're in school, you want to make sure you take your FOL every day. So when they go to school, they have it in their backpack. Two of the kids are already homeschooled, but they always hang out. I don't prohibit them from hanging out with people with their friends. So I said take that FOL every day. So because the cold season is coming up, so and then sometimes they don't do it. So what I do is I put it in I put it in the food already because the food that they ate there's really no lignans. Actually, do you know about lignans before?
no,
No, me too. I don't know.
what
Then I
liquids are.
Google it. It's very Google it. One of the doctors said it's very important for optimum health performance. So
It was actually when I of course when I really didn't research Fountain of Life very thoroughly when I was taking it. I just know what kind of results this is having in my health
mm,
when taking Fountain of Life. And then when I came back to the business, I then started to research and found out and really really surprised of what kind of incredible product are we having.
yeah,
Yes, so that's the great thing about it. So it became better and better with the knowledge. It came more and more. But when I started using it, I really didn't research it. I just know that it helps with my health.
yeah. That's
You know, I
that's
don't need any scientific things to find out for my mind, but I know in my heart and in my mind, my body, it is helping me. So that's all the thing that matters to me.
Yeah, me too. It helps though. Like it's different when you see that it's when you get something and then you go and look at it, you read it on paper, right? But when you try it yourself, that's the main thing. Like people, I do the same thing. They try it yourself because in my family alone, and that's another slew of this story in my family. But for this reason, I'm just gonna end up for now. So this is just you. Thank you so much, Chris, for sharing. Hope we captured everything. Did you have a note to make sure we get everything covered?
Yeah, I have points here to talk about because
So when you share your story on the call, you nothing is left out now.
yeah, it was just that you told me that I need to write it down and really think about what's happened,
Yeah,
but
your journey.
captured it all because every time I share my story in our calls, in our presentations, it was just like, okay, that has happened, I share that. That has happened, I share that. But then what we talk about right today, it was my journey. So all of those.
Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.